Hi, I will explain the tree diagram. It's like a counting technique. First of all, you have to uh, put in a piece of paper the first outcomes, and then you have to write the different ways in which you can arrange them, so you can see in a graphic way all the possibilities. Here's an example. As you can see, depending on the problem, we will state the different elements and the different subjects that they gave us, and we will write on a piece of paper, and with that we will arrange in the different ways the things we wanted, and in that way we can see in a graphic way the all the possibilities of this problem. Another counting technique is permutation. Is the act of arranging the members of a set into a sequence or order that it's already ordered. Rearranging its elements, a process called that process is called permutation. This is an example of permutation, and in the upper side you can see the formula of this of permutation. Another counting technique is permutation. Is the act of arranging the members of a set into a sequence or order that it's already ordered. Rearranging its elements, a process called that process is called permutation. Here you can also see the formula of combination and a clear example of it.
To continue, we'll explain some different cases. So these are mutual events, events that don't have a common element in their outcomes. Independent events, when the probability of an event A does not affect the probability of an event B. So addition law, it's A and B are mutually exclusive. So probability of A or B, it's probability of A plus probability of B. A and B are not mutually exclusive. So probability of A or probability of B, it's probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. Multiplication law. A and B are independent events. So probability of A and B, it's probability of A multiplied with probability of B. A and B are not independent events, so probability of A and probability of B, it's equal to probability of A multiplied. A and B are not independent events, so the probability of A and B could be the probability of A multiplied with the probability of B given that A happened. Or the probability of A and B could be the probability of A and B, A that given that B happened, multiplied with the probability of B. So, a multiplication law is useful for compound or combined events. Conditional probability. It's the probability of A given that B happened. So, this formula could be used when A and B are not independent. Here there is an example. In a bag there are 20 candies. 7 are lemon, 8 are pineapple, and the rest are cherry. Calculate the probability of the first candy is cherry. So, here is it. We know 8 are pineapple and 7 are lemon. So, 15 candies are not cherry. So, 5 are cherry. So 5 over 20, it's 1/4, equals 25%. Then, the second candy is cherry given that the first was cherry and is no longer in the bag. So, now we have 19 candies and one less cherry. So here we're gonna talk about probability. And first of all, we need to see the definition of probability. So it is the chance for any event to happen in a very specific context, and it is represented from 0 to 1. It can also be represented with fractions, with decimals, and with percentages. So a probability is mainly the number of successful outcomes, which is n, over the number of total outcomes. So we get to other concepts like random experiment, which is a process in which the outcome cannot be certainly predicted. The sample space is a set of all possible outcomes. The event is the set of outcomes that has a certain probability of happening. And to see that in an example, the sample space of a digit, our sample space are cards with digit numbers. The probability of having a number is 10 out of 10, so it's 1%, it's 100%. The probability of having a letter is 0 because we are doing numbers, not letters. And the probability of having even numbers, it's 1/2, which is the same as 50% because we have the half of the numbers are even numbers, and as well odd numbers is 1/2, the same 50%, which they both make up 100%, which are the total things. So basically this is probability.